Hello friends. In this video, we will talk about a part of the upper limb that comprises from the shoulder to the wrist. We will analyze these bones, joints, and muscles that involve your different functions: elbow movement, forearm rotation, and wrist movement. We will also look at the vessels and nerves from the shoulder, the legs below the elbow. To orient ourselves in the front and back, you will often use your most convenient turns that are derived from your functions: flexion, extension, and the two bones, the forearm. The is your most convenient turns that are derived from your functions: flexion, extension, and the two bones, the forearm. The ulnar and the radius. The muscles that move the elbow are the triceps, brachii, biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis, supinator brevis, pronator teres, and pronator quadratum. Elbow, brachioradialis, supinator brevis, pronator teres, and pronator quadratum. Elbow flexor muscles. Biceps brachii extends from the shoulder to the elbow. Brachial, it is located in the front of the arm. Brachioradialis originates if the humerus and inserts into the radius. Elbow is the extensor muscles. Triceps brachii is located on the back of the arm. Anconeal contributes to elbow extension. Muscles involved in the elbow supination and pronation. Short supinator participates in ball supination. Pronator teres participates in elbow pronation. Pronator quadra participates in elbow pronation. The triceps brachii is the main extensor of the forearm. At the elbow, the biceps brachii and brachialis are the main flexors of the elbow. Brachii and brachialis in the main of the yawn. The mucocutaneous nerve innervates the biceps brachii and brachial muscles. The radius nerve innervates the varix muscle. Alright, let's talk about the elbow joint and specifically brachial muscles. In this video, we'll describe the anterior and posterior brachial muscles, including actions and innovations. So to start, what are these brachial muscles? There's four of them: biceps, coracobrachialis, brachialis, and triceps brachii. These four muscles are divided into anterior muscles because they're on the front of the brachium, and these muscles have the following things in common. They flex the elbow joint and delivered by the stiff nerve. Abbreviation for musculus nerve. Also, the legs of the foot is located on the back of stiff nerve. Abbreviation for musculus nerve. Also, the legs of the foot is located on the back of brachium. The posterior brachial muscle, that's one of them. It's the trapezius, and this trapezius muscles extends the elbow and innervated by the radial nerve. So therewith have basically this into video some things that what you need to you. So to start, let's talk about the biceps, because brachial muscle has by or two heads on the brachium or arm, and each muscle hence the name biceps brachial muscle. One of those heads is the long leg. The longest wax is named because it's longer and the short head. Southern sheep goat the super glenoid tubal and the glenoid labrum is the origin and the disloying tendon goes over the top of the head of the humerus and then the intertubercular group there, but because it's a long jet of the biceps that goes through the group is also called the bicipital group, which will often get called that. And then of muscle belly comes intertubercular group there, but because it's a long jet of the biceps that goes through the group is also called the bicipital group, which will often get called that. And then of muscle belly comes if down to arm and the short jet going to arise from the correct process along biceps comes all the width dance and the joints with the belly of the jet and the front wanders twin parent and the come down and they attach to radial tuberosity and radius which look at on its medial surface later. Bit more deep and soldiers are biceps brachia. Now react elbow joint, weights, braces, crocs, hacks two joints. It hacks with joint which flexes and extends, and pivot joint which ponates and supinates. So, if we see these joints like this, we see that there's flexion and extension, but there's flexion that occurs. And so when we look at the biceps brachii muscles and superpose it on the human body, we see there's our biceps and the width tendon goes up to the scapula and another tendon that goes down to the radial tuberosity. So when the muscle contracts, it's going to flex, or when the elbow becomes across vertically in front of the elbow, it's going to flex that joint elbow flexion from here to there. Knight records that the elbow joint has also the pivot joint, which helps to pronate and supinate that elbow joint. So when your hand is in the prone position, let's look at how the biceps brachii muscles act upon the radius there. Here's our biceps tendon belly and then great. Here's the tendon and see how the tendon. Now watch the radial. Tuberosity is dotted and lights out where the tendon then goes deep into that area where the radial tuberosity is. So when this biceps muscle contracts in pivots, pivots the radius over into supine position or the underwear supination. The biceps is the principal supinator of the pivot joint, so they were anterior muscles. So we take that the biceps brachii muscle, so we take the biceps brachii get it out of the way we and one of the deeper muscles is the coral brachials. Get its name because it attached from the correct process and to the humerus or brachium. Don't worry about the actions of this muscle. It helps to adduct the humerus at the glenohumeral joint. And flex is the back small muscles. Donks, this powers bar clinical significant feature and that is where nerve goes to it. Orange and axis musculocutaneous nerve courses to ciliate and crumbs in contact with the coracotrochleus muscles is courses to the belt of the on the other end the course out to inner the biceps break it and becomes the lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm. So the key to this is right there where that musculocutaneous nerve course to the belly of the coracoids brachialis. And in another video, we will continue with more information about the arm and forearm. Thank you for your attention. See you another time. Goodbye.